Hi, Tony Bradshaw here with the website that I built and run, addSomeToYourIncome.com. To answer the question, what is the best money-making profession? I will answer this question. You will learn what professions make the most money. I will list the top 10 paid position, and I will send you the website. I will give it to you because you can check it out later just to make sure it hasn't changed. But first, you're going to hear about the process of choosing a profession. Then I will share the 10 professions. You'll then be a little more prepared at choosing one that fits you. And at the end, I'm going to give you a summary and a recommendation of a book that has years of research in it on how to choose a profession that will leave you with a lot of money in the bank. Let's get started. So how do you choose a profession? And I put in parentheses, that makes a lot of money. You're at this point of needing to decide which track you're on, which is why I've chose this picture. Where are you going to go? The following will be some quotes for you that I hope will guide you in making this choice of how you're going to spend your life. And I think about how just one little switch, you see the little switches right there, right above me, there's one little switch, and your train could end up in Kentucky instead of Florida. One little switch, and you could end up in California instead of Alaska. Let's get to these quotes. Steven Spielberg, very well known for movie making, said, "I don't dream at night, I dream at day. I dream all day. I'm dreaming for a living." Billy said, "If you're really looking for something in particular, it helps to take your time." I highly recommend you do not rush into the choice of your profession. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. Double check you're thinking about this positively. Grudges are a waste of perfect happiness. Laugh when you can. Like how I seem to have those words underneath the picture of the cat. Which I love this cat though, it's so cute. Apologize when you should and let go of what you can't change. And some of you are probably thinking, what does this have to do about telling me what's the top paid positions? I could have just looked that up. I need you to think for a moment about where I'm going with this, because Drake has a big point here. I'm going to give you some more quotes. It's about this ability to laugh. Nothing to me feels as good as laughing incredibly hard, said Steve Carell. You see, a very famous photographer, Ansel Adams, who has made lots of money, gives you this advice. Ask yourself, does this subject make me feel? Does it make me think? Does it make me dream? Now I feel like I'm connecting with a couple of you through the lens of this camera. When you choose your profession, have it be something that makes you dream. See, it's not hard work that burns people out, but it's rather the feeling that the work that they're doing doesn't matter. You could, by accident, choose a profession that you then later, after getting into it for a few years and all the newness is worn off, start to feel like, it doesn't really matter. Andrew Carnegie, a very rich person who studied the rich first and then has been studied about rich and has been able to leave his mark in the world in a great way with things like Carnegie Hall and all of the libraries across the nation, right here in the valley I live in, called Treasure Valley of all things, is a beautiful building that's called the Carnegie Library. So here he said, if you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. But wait, you're here to find out how to make a lot of money. Well, let's get there, right? The man who does not work for the love of work, but only for money, is not likely to make money, nor find much fun in life. This was from The picture here is from a chessboard. I personally enjoy playing board games. And I know that's not for everybody, but I found a few friends that also like to geek out on board games. And we get together and we play games. And it's fun, and we learn from it. I played one friend who was incredibly great at chess. He took out my queen really soon, and he's like, both of us are like, yeah, game over. Lay my king down. Because I made a foolish move, and we got to talk about I enjoy that. It's fun to talk about. I really shouldn't have put my queen there and forgot about her. All right, moving on. So, do your work with your whole heart, and you will succeed because there is so little competition. There's so little competition for those people who really put their heart into it, like your whole heart, not part of it, your whole self. I'm talking a little fast, and I know that. So let's pause a moment and let this sink in. When you put all of you in there, here, this next quote. They won't be able to take their eyes off you. You can only become truly accomplished at anything if you love it. Don't make money your goal. And money is not my goal. My goal is to help you to be able to have the money that will help your life be better because of what the money can do for you. But money should never be the goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing, and you'll do them so well because you love doing them. Listen to all the greats, the great musicians, the great authors, the great film directors like Steve Spielberg. Listen to these words that I'm saying to you. They love what they do. And they know they're making a difference in the world to make it better. If you don't have 7 minutes to rethink this, I feel for you. And with 7 minutes, rewind and watch all of these quotes again. Really. And now you're back. Let's look at these 10 professions that are paid the most amount of money. Oh my, that's so teeny tiny. It's going to be really hard for me to actually tell you what they say. So let me just tell you off of memory and wish that I had fixed my slides. The professions. The highest paid position is an anesthesiologist. I cannot see that that's there, but that's what it is. An anesthesiologist is making about $264,000 a year to do what? Take away people's pain, because that's what people value the most. It goes down through here with physicians and other such things. If you came into this world wanting to watch people die, if you came into this world wanting to perform surgeries on people's bodies, or you came into this world and one of them on the list is psychiatrist. I'm going to figure out how to get you this information. I'm going to have to switch something really fast, I'm sure. Maybe hit pause and fix it. Be right back. I can do that. That's worth it. Back. Anesthesiologist, $261,000. Surgeon, well, except the ophthalmologist. Oral surgeons, which work on the mouth. OBGYN, you don't know what that is, you can ask your mom. Orthodontist, you might know who that is. Yeah, who came in this world wanting to go put your fingers in someone else's mouth? And it goes on down. Psychiatrists, physicians. My face is in the way for some of these numbers, so let me move it briefly in case you want to look better at this list and the numbers. Up to the top 10, and this list continues on. Where are the CEOs, the chief executives? They're just below that at like number 11. Dentists are up there close as well. This is from the Labor of Statistics website. Each one of these links to that profession. That is the website that I'm telling you to see. Oh, it looks like I erased that along the way. The website is Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS.gov. All right, so this is the website economists use to know about what's happening in our economy, and it is the most accurate spot to find out the highest paid positions. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Unless you'd rather live your life having people coming in and crying their eyes off to you and you want to be a psychiatrist. Let me get to this book and the summary of it that I hope will guide you in making your decision, because it has years of information and just what a great book to read right before you decide. The summary: The Millionaire Next Door looks at people who live their life in such a way that they end up a millionaire. And that is very different. And the book really looked at it. It's because that list of 10 top paid positions, most of them don't end up millionaires. It makes you wonder how could someone be making $260,000 a year and not save up to be a millionaire? That's only 4 years of working. And the reason is because they get so caught into being that person that they spend their money faster than they make it. What? I know, you're maybe hearing this and don't believe me, so check out the book. And the book says that here's what's amazing. People who say they get a passion about making a side business and it becomes their business, and they run a small business and they've got this beat up truck and they go around and they're a handyman or whatever they are, they end up being millionaires. It also cites people who go after what they're really passionate about, but really it just kind of looks at the more everyday people that just live right next door. And what shocked me in this book is when it gave this example of two brothers, and one of the brothers went into teaching. And they looked at the numbers of these two brothers and they said, this brother who became a doctor, the family thinks is very successful and is having to prove to them that they're successful by going into debt to buy a certain house, a certain car, and have all these things that show he's a doctor. Whereas the brother who is in the profession of being a teacher gets to drive a car that looks like a teacher's car, have a house that looks like a teacher's house, and doesn't have to meet all these expectations that are set on the doctor, and is actually on the road to becoming a millionaire. And when I read that, I was shocked. I was like, I'm a teacher and I feel like I'm barely making anything, and we're barely making things work. And yet now that I'm about 10 years later, from the first time I read this book, I realize, oh my goodness. So, one other book recommendation, if you stuck with me this long, you deserve it. As you're trying to choose your profession, I highly recommend the book, What Color is Your Parachute? You find out what you're going to do, and then the money will follow. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.